Alright, the second method you could use to solve a system, so actually the third. One, you got graphing, that was section 1. 2, you just had substitution method. Now you're going to do what we call the elimination method, which you probably already know. But the simplest thing of it all is this. How do you eliminate? Eliminate means to get rid of something. So look at this, 2x plus 3y equals 6, 2x minus 5y equals negative 4. If I subtracted these two equations, take this equation minus this whole equation, what would happen? 2x minus 2x is nothing. So nothing. 3y, positive 3y, minus negative 5y. So 3 minus negative 5, 3 plus 5, which is 8y, equals 6 minus negative 4, which means 6 plus 4, which is 10. So what just happened when I subtracted these two? You just eliminated the x's. Look how easy that was. Now look at the equation I have to solve. Easy, right? Divide by 8, divide by 8. Okay? Y is equal to 10 divided by 8, what's that? 5/4. There's your y. How do you get your x? You plug y back into one of these equations and you solve for x, right? So y is 5/4. Plug this back into one of these and get x. I'm not going to do that because it's probably going to be a fraction, take too long. But you get the idea. Okay, so how do you eliminate things? You could subtract equations and you could eliminate things. Could you add equations? Yeah, if it was 2x plus 3y equals 6 and negative 2x minus 5y equals negative 4. If these were your two equations, that's a negative, that's not a minus. I would say, ooh, that's 2, that's negative 2. If I added these two equations together, these two things would eliminate because they're opposite. So this plus this, nothing. 3 plus negative 5 is negative 2 y's equals 6 plus negative 4, which is a positive 2. Divide, look, you got y by itself. Divide by negative 2. Y equals negative 1. And so far you have half your coordinate, negative 1. And plug it back into one of these and you'll find x to finish your solution. So elimination is basically adding, this is crazy, or subtracting equations. I don't know why it's acting so weird. Adding or subtracting equations to eliminate, you guys can hear me, eliminate a variable. Okay, that's what we do. We can subtract or we can add. It all depends on the situation. Okay, there you go. That's the elimination method. Alright, so here's the deal. I'm not going to give you one that easy for elimination method. Ooh, I just add and look what happens. So easy. Alright, I'm going to give you some more complicated than that. Look at this system right here. 3x minus 7y equals 10, 6x minus 8y equals 8. Could you add these two equations together and eliminate x? Could you add them up? Eliminate? No. Would y's eliminate? Negative 7, negative 8? No, those wouldn't eliminate if you add these up. Okay, so what if you subtracted 3 minus 6? That wouldn't eliminate. Negative 7 minus negative 8? Y's wouldn't eliminate either. So sometimes you have to multiply equations. You can multiply one equation and then add or subtract, or you can multiply both equations and add or subtract. Watch what I mean by that. What you want is you want the same coefficient. Like I got 3 and 6. What could I do to something to make them both the same? What if I multiplied this top equation, the whole equation, by 2? What would happen? I'm going to rewrite it down here. 2 times 3x, there's 6x. 2 times minus 7, that's minus 14y, equals 2 times 10, 20. This equation is actually the same exact thing as this equation. It's no different if you graphed it. Okay? I'm going to rewrite this one down here. I'm just going to bring it down here. 6x minus 8y equals 8. Now look at my system of equations. I got a 6x and a 6x. So how can I eliminate something? In this case, I would subtract because 6 minus 6 is nothing. So I have to subtract everything. Now be careful. Negative 14 minus negative 8. Be careful. You can type it in the calculator if you want to. Negative 14 plus 8, which is negative 6y. 20 minus 8 equals 12. Now look what happened. You eliminated x. Now we got y by itself almost. Negative 6, y equals negative 2. So far I got negative 2 over here for y. Plug in y back into one of these here. It doesn't matter which one. Let's go with the first one. 3x minus 7y equals 10. So y equals 10. Y is negative 2. So negative 2 goes here for y. 7, 3x minus this equals 10. Just substitute negative 2 and 3x. That becomes plus 14 equals 10. Get x by itself. So minus 14, 3x is equal to what? 10 minus 14 is negative 4. Divide by 3. And x is equal to negative 4/3. Okay, sometimes it'll be fractions, sometimes it won't. Here's your final answer, but you better check that just in case you did it wrong. What if you got this wrong and this right? You know, you got half credit. So please check your things for elimination, okay? So the gist of it here is sometimes you have to multiply. In this case, I had to multiply everything by 2 so that I can have the same number here and here, okay? Or you could have multiplied by negative 2. Then you would have had negative 6 and 6, which then you could have added the equations together. Alright, that's elimination.